Hello YouTubers, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do another Gears of 4 video. I'm going to show you how to earn 150,000 XP in about 15 minutes. We're going to do this on the blood drive map. You can do it on probably any map, but blood drive I find for my strategy, or the strategy I've seen others or similar versions of it do. But I've always liked Blood Drive. Blood Drive's been my favorite map, but there's certainly other maps like War Machine and stuff. Anyway, this is the strategy. I'm going to show you how to do it as a scout. You can play with some friends if you want. It's a pretty fun run. We're going to do the Juvie run. So the first thing we want to do is make sure that your enemy list is set to Juvie Madness. I always forget to do this and I start playing and then realize way too late that I've actually haven't selected that. So make sure that you do that. Number one. We're going to play this on casual. You can play this on normal, and we're going to do Iron Man as well. You'll find that with normal and hardcore it gets pretty extreme quite quickly, and even casual is going to get pretty heated very quickly, believe it or not. But you're still going to earn a ton of XP. But by all means, you know, try different levels, see what you're comfortable with. Like I said, casual is going to get busy very quickly. So we're going to do casual. It is even with these high cards, you're going to struggle a little bit depending on your level of your cards. I have level 6s, so if you have level 4s or 5s, you should be fine. We really just going to want to do level, the levels that we're going to do in this case are level 21. We're going to start at level 21 until 24. That's your goal. So we want to do 21 to 24, and if you're able to do the boss wave in 25, go for it. It takes about 15 minutes to do 21 to 24, and it probably takes another 6 minutes to do the boss wave, depending on the bosses and whether you survive or not. The tri-shots are probably the worst. They'll kill you quite quickly. The panzers are probably the best bosses, and then, you know, the guys that run the scions, run the drop shots, or the guys that run the boom shots, they're pretty easy to kill as a high level scout. So level 21, I'm on casual. On Iron Man, if you don't want to put Iron Man, then take that off. You get an extra 5% XP. It's not really noticeable either way, so I just put it on. You get some extra XP anyway, right? We're gonna use the kills 2 bounty. So you get an extra 25,000 XP for this. So just go and craft that. It just takes about 40 scrap to craft that. And then we're going to run with the Brawler. The high generation boost, the health boost, the shotgun damage, and the rage. Now, if you don't have one of these cards, or you prefer to run, you know, the pickup distance, you can switch rage with pickup distance. You should still be fine. I've done a bunch of tests and I haven't noticed any significant difference by building turrets. You'll notice in the Juvie Madness, it's almost impossible to build a turret and keep it alive. These Juvies just drop them in like 2 seconds, so there's really no point. But I have seen people building fortifications and then getting them destroyed, rebuilding them, getting them destroyed. But I did some tests, and it didn't look like it made any difference, to be honest. In fact, when I didn't build them, I seemed to get more XP, but it could just be because of the ribbons and the way I was playing, right? So the whole idea is to try and get as many ribbons as you can. You can run around. It's probably more fun to run around. I'm going to be staying in one location and just gunshotting them as quickly as I can. They will come very quickly. So without further ado, I think that's all I need to mention on the screen. Yeah, let's get into it. And like I say, you get an average of typically between 150 and 170. Now the XP screen typically glitches at the end if you finish wave 25. If you die on wave 24 or 25, typically you should be able to see the XP screen. I can't guarantee we will see that in this video. You just have to take my word for it. It's about 150,000 XP. Hopefully we'll see it. we may die in wave 25, and then we should hopefully see it, right? Now, we'll be making another video where I'm running 3 characters, and we'll do an engineering run, semi-engineering, half scout, half engineering. The scout's still, you know, the best class on this run. But if you want to mix it up and, you know, have a friend and you want to play with the engineer, there is a way to do it. I'll show you how to do it. If you're familiar with Juvie madness, you'll know straight away that, you know, it's almost impossible to build sentries and keep them running. So we're gonna head to the diner side. Normally I'd build in the diner itself, but we're gonna head to the top right here. And we're going to drop the fabricator just to the door. So get it as close to the left as you can. So you want to block it so that the tracker boars, some of the tracker boars will glitch to the wall and get through still. But most enemies will not come behind you. If you put in the diner, the Juvies and the tracker boars and the pouncers seem to jump to the window regardless. And they come behind you. Not a big deal. It's not really a big deal. But over here, they won't spawn behind you because we have the fabricator pretty close here. So I'm gonna just drop it right over here. And if you walk here, you won't be able to get through there. Now some tracker boars will still get through there, but that's okay. So the idea here is they will come up here, you'll try and kill them as quick as you can. You can either melee them, which is really where the melee card will come into the most usefulness. I'll show you, we'll build some turrets and I'll show you how quick these things get destroyed. In fact, I'll put them even way back here and I'll show you how quickly they still get destroyed. Now the more you can actually the more enemies you can kill at one time, the more ribbons you're gonna get, right? So you need to decide whether you want to melee them or you want to throw grenades at them. If you are running on Iron Man, just watch out for those grenades. They aren't your friends. So just use them sparingly, but they do kind of work and you can get sort of a bunch of ribbons. So as you can see, you know, if you shotgun them when they're in groups, you get a bunch of ribbons. The more ribbons, the more XP, etc. If you move back, yeah, you know, you'll find the Juvie cluster up here. You got to be careful of the tracker balls. There's too many. They can sometimes take you out in the later waves. Like when you get 3 or 4 of them, you'll notice, not too often, but your health could actually go down. Yeah, see the sentry right behind me is gone, and I'll show you. I'll do another demonstration of the sentries, how quick they get destroyed. It's almost impossible to run them by yourself. It is impossible, I think, and there's probably no point. And again, I don't see any real significant increase in points in terms of putting power in, but you know, we all like to collect power, so you may as well do it. you kind of want to, if you are doing a lot of shotguns, you probably want to go down and just refill your ammo.
Got him.
Just at the beginning or the end of the wave. Or you can just go down in between. I used to go down when I was on the diner side. Okay, so let me show you how quick these guys destroy this, guys. Like, literally less than 2 seconds. And the barriers are the same. They won't last very long at all. So I did see somebody building a whole bunch, and like I said, you know, he kept on rebuilding, letting them get destroyed, collecting the points. I guess in theory, we should be getting some XP, right? You're delivering power or building fortifications. But I just didn't really see the point. It wasn't noticeable enough to make it worth your while and your effort, right? But if you want to, by all means. You don't have to stay here, you can run around, especially when the bosses come, then you definitely want to run around. They'll definitely take you out if you stay in this location. The whole point of staying in this location is to get them to clump up the more, and then we can do, like, you know, bigger kills, right? Especially if we can get some grenades, yeah. So I'll get some grenades, yeah, and then no, just be careful, like I said. So with these cards, it's almost impossible to die, like I said, until you get to the boss wave, or if you get too many tracker balls, you do get pretty close. Otherwise, you're pretty much unkillable with this class. Any other class, engineer, sniper, will go down in like seconds, right?
Mine now.
Okay, so at this point we're going to go refill our ammo. Okay, so killed in just in that one, or there's 2 waves, 21, 22, we killed 134 enemies, which is pretty decent.
This'll do.
If you run with friends, you know, I've counted, I've done 25,000 XP bounties, so you're getting at least 400 enemies. If you share them between yourselves.
Get already?
So again, stand a little bit back, kind of just at the back of the fabricator, but just not letting them through, because then they'll clump up, and then you can get some ribbons, yeah. So the more ribbons, you can do drop shots as well. You can run around and drop shot clusters of them as well. Put grenades down.
Yeah.
Even melee is pretty strong. I mean, you get quite a few ribbons just doing melee. It's a lot quicker than the shotgun. So there's your bounty. We had sort of waved halfway or 3/4 of the way of 23. You should typically hit your 25,000 XP bounty. And really at this point you could quit the game and just reload the bounty and start again if you wanted, but we'll go through. I would suggest go to wave 24, and if you really want some extra fun, you can do the boss wave and that should give you some additional XP as well. And as you can see, not at any time that I get close to dying. I mean, these scouts are really buffed. They're pretty much tanky, very tanky characters. As long as you have the right cards. Those health cards and the health regen cards are probably the most important, and then of course the brawler card. Make sure you got those loaded, and then you can decide if you want rage or if you want to pick up distance. Pick up distance is pretty useful as well. Okay, so at this point, normally what I do is I'll just put some frags around here. Grab some additional ones if you got some extra ones here. We should have got some shotgun ammo, but I'll probably go down during the wave and go get some ammo when we're down there. Okay, let me just show you just the barriers as well.
Let's do this!
These guys just don't last, right?
Alright, who's next?
I mean, they literally just walk through them, right? There's no point even building them, right? These guys are just destroy them. And fortification health doesn't make a difference.
Knocking them down!
Okay, so let's go get some ammo. We can try and So with this one, you don't have to actually run around. I found it too tedious. If you want to run around and have some fun, of course, by all means do that. I just find it's easier to be able to lead them down, next to the fabricator, and then you just like shooting fish in a barrel, right? Now you can do waves 1 to 25. It takes about an hour and a half to do that if you've got a team. Might take a bit longer by yourself. But you do get a ton of XP on this Juvie wave. So at this point you should be about 15 minutes into it. It takes about 2 minutes to actually load the match. So it's around 14 minutes to get this far, you know, plus 2 minutes to actually load in, bring the fabricator up and place it. So it's about 14 to 16 minutes approximately from wave 21 to 24. And like I said, it takes probably like another 6 minutes to do the boss wave, depending on the bosses. Like I said, the pouncers are the best bosses. They're easy. They don't typically will jump over the fabricator. The tri-shots are the worst. They'll drop you if you're on go get some ammo real quick. If you're an Iron Man, if you're on just regular, if you're just on regular without Iron Man, then the tri-shots just don't do, I don't think they do a lot of damage. The salvers don't do any damage, and then the guys, the scions don't really do too much damage. But the damage is obviously increased with Iron Man, so you can be killed quite quickly with the tri-shots. The rest of the okay, so yeah, we got the scions. So the idea here is to really take them out one at a time. It's better because you can have 5 or 6 of them. And they're pretty easy to take out.
This'll do.
Whoa, you see? Okay, so this is okay. Like I said, normally takes 6 minutes, but hopefully we'll be able to see our XP. So typically when you die, it generally doesn't glitch. That's when you kind of get to the end of wave 25 that typically glitches. So hopefully we'll be able to see that. So we're just going to return to lobby and not the main menu. And hopefully we will see the XP screen. Okay, so we've got 100,000. If it hasn't glitched. 124,000, and there we go, 151,000. And like I said, you know, depending on how many ribbons you get, I've seen it go up as high as I think 176,000. You get 140 credits, and that's for a 14-minute run. You definitely can't get anywhere close to that if you're doing regular Horde. And it's kind of fun, and like I say, mix it up, run around, try different maps. You know, you kind of want to funnel them down somewhere. It's just easier. They come very quickly. Otherwise, you waste more time trying to get them to come to you. But I mean, these Juvies come very fast, and it's just really the boss waves that take a little bit longer. So anyway, I hope you found that useful. If you did, hit the like button and consider subscribing to the channel. It's a fun game. You know, if you guys are trying to level up, especially new characters, I'm trying to level up a a new scout, and the levels are just flying by doing this method. So, you know, going through regular Horde is just completely frustrating when people leave, engineers show up as level 1s, and, you know, things like that, and then don't even build even when they are decide to want to be engineers, right? So at least this one, you know, it's less frustrating, it's more fun, and you guarantee to pretty much get some XP and some credits by the end of it for a little time invested, right? So there you go. Do look out for my other video. I will make a video where I'm going to run levels 1 to 25 probably, or and then I'm going to run sort of a couple scouts and an engineer, and I'll show you guys that guys want to do the engineers, who wants to kind of run do an engineer run on this sort of Horde mode. It is possible. You can't really do the typical setup. You know, you can run a couple of sentries. You can put a turret there if you want. So I loaded 2 turrets, 2 sentries and a turret, and you can have quite a lot of fun doing that. And I think I walked away with about 750,000 XP for the engineer, which is pretty incredible, because if you do inconceivable, 50 waves on a conceivable, your XP is around 280 to 300,000 in XP for 3.5 hours, and whereas a 1 to 25 wave will take you about an hour and a half, and then you're walking away with double the amount of XP, approximately, right? But again, I mean, you can either do 1.5 hours just to kind of mix it up and have fun, or you can do 15-minute runs, and then, you know, there's very little time investment and you get a similar amount of XP. You just run it 5 times versus 1 time, right? So, but again, depends how you want to play, and you know, this method will get tedious pretty quickly, but it is still pretty fun to do. Anyway,